Hello, welcome back. So this is a script that we have written. So essentially we are doing following operations. We are logging in and then we are browsing the course and then we log out. And if we run this script 10 iteration, then we are going to log in 10 times, we are going to browse course 10 times, we are going to log out 10 times. So this is actually not really a realistic scenario. In real life, maybe a user is going to log in only one time. The user is going to probably browse 10 courses, okay, and then log out. So the issue that we have in our script is that if we are going to write everything on the action function, then whenever we are going to run 10 iteration of the script, all this 10 times whatever written in the action is going to be executed. So that was the problem. So the question is how you can modularize this thing so that we are going to log in once, browse 10 times and log out once. Our load runner has already given us two more actions. The action is vuser init and vuser end. So this is what is going to happen. So we have init and then end and then we have action. So in the runtime setting, whenever we are going to say that number of iteration is 3 or 4 or 5, then whatever there in the init block is going to run only once, and the run block is going to be run 5 times, and the end block is going to run once. Just to cater to this kind of scenario, okay, where certain things will happen only once and certain thing will happen again at the end, and certain things are going to happen multiple times. So that is what load runner has already given us functionalities that we can leverage. So essentially what we can do, we can take the login activities to the vuser underscore init and the logout activities to the vuser underscore end. Whatever remaining, let it be in the action. So let me show you a new script. So let's create a new script, and that script will be of web HTML, and let's call this script modularization, and we have here. And what I'm going to do in this script, I don't want to record it again. What I'm going to do, I am going to get the relevant functions. So the relevant functions means the login is going to be done at this time. Like if I just copy all this thing and put it in the vuser init, okay, so instead of recording again from the scratch, so what I have done, the functions that are responsible to log an user in, I just took those functions from the previous script and put in the vuser underscore init method, and then I'm going to go to the previous script and copy the APIs that is responsible to browse the course, and that is what you are seeing here. Let's put this thing here, okay, and then whatever functions that is responsible for logout, let's take those things, just only one function, and put it vuser end, okay. So with this, if I go to the runtime setting and make it now 10, and let's basically uh, disable the logging and let's run the script, okay, and this script essentially going to run one time login, 10 times action and one time logout. So let's see if this is going to happen or not. Okay, so looks like the script is passed now, and then let's see the test result, and this is what the test result that you are seeing. So the user init summary, like now if we click on this, only one time we did login, and then we did 10 iteration, okay. So this is iteration number 1, so this is iteration number 1, and this is the iteration number 10, and each time we are basically we are browsing a course, and that course name is test course, and if you click on this, so you'll see the test course, okay. So this way what you have done, you have modularized your code. Now let me let's extend the problem. The thing that I want to add is that I want to log in one, I want to browse course, let's say 20% of time. Okay, and then I will do one more activities, and that activity is called and that activity is called browse books, and that I'll do 80% of time. So that means if I do 10 iteration, then I will do 2 times browse course, and then I will 8 times I will browse a book. So how do you do that? So let's see how we can achieve that thing. So in this script right now, we have we have a API to go to the test course, but we do not have anything recorded to browse a books. So let's take a look how the browse books is going to look like. So let's go to the localhost as a login. All right, and if I click on this, so this is I'm browsing the course, and inside the course I have something called sample books. So if I click on this, then this is the book that I'm browsing. Okay, so essentially what I'm going to do, I have to record this activity. This browsing book activity is not recorded in my script. So to do that, what I'm going to do, let's create a new action, and let's call that action name as books. All right, okay, so this is an action, and also, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to record, and I only want to record the activity that is supposed to browse the book. So click on the record. I do not want to record the login, browse courses, and so on. What I want to do, I want to record in a delayed mode, and say delayed start. So it started. So remember, we are not recording anything right now. Okay, because recording is delayed. First let's browse to the place where we can browse the book. So login, notice that no events being recorded at this time. So first let's go to that place. Okay, now go to test course, browse the course. So now let's start the recording. Now let's click on this red button so that we can continue recording. Okay, and then where we are recording to the action called books, and now click on the sample books. Okay, and let's now stop recording. So now Vuegen is generating the script. So looks like this is the script that has been generated. Okay, and that has gone to the books function. Okay, so now let me basically repeat what I did. So essentially we have a init function. In that init function, I took all those code that is responsible to login and user. Then I have a function called action. In that action I have the browse course activities. Then I created another action, and that action name is called books, and that is where I browse the books. And then I have a vuser end where I am logging out. And my goal here is that I want to run such a way that 20% of time I am going to do a course, and 80% of time I'm going to browse to the books. Okay, so that is my goal. So now let's see how we are going to achieve that. To give you and let's basically do, instead of action, let's rename this function to course. Okay, so we have renamed that function name to course, and then so this function has everything that takes to browse the course, and this function has everything that is required to browse a book. And now let's go to the runtime setting, go to the run logic, and take a look. Like, we are iterating 10 times, and in the current scenario what is going to happen is that 10 times the course is going to be run, and 10 times that book function is going to run. And what we can do, let's go to the properties, and instead of sequential, let's do random, and then 10 iteration is give you a percentage. So basically what is saying is that if you run this 10 times, then 5 times it's going to run the course and 5 times it's going to run the books. But what we wanted, we wanted that that course transaction for 20% of time. That means let's go here and make this to 20, then make this to 80. Okay, now my script is ready, and if I run this script now, the login going to happen once, 2 times the course function is going to be called, and 8 time the book function is going to come. That means 2 time browsing course activity will be performed, and 8 time browsing books activity will be performed, and then 1 time logout going to happen. So let's run the script. Okay, so looks like the script has passed, and let's see the result. Okay, so if you see the book summary, book summary, book summary, then we have course summary, course, then book summary, book summary, book, book, and books. So basically what we saw right now, that we are running 8 time books and 2 time course, and that is what we intended in the first place. This is how you can basically randomize activities by using different actions.